So right at the beginning of this video, I want to ask you guys to go hit up Square Enix with this hashtag that you see below in the video on Twitter and tell them that you want your boy Amaziah to be one of the chosen to play Kingdom Hearts 3 early. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Kingdom Hearts 3 is shaping up to be the magnum opus of everything that Tetsuya Nomura has ever laid his grubby little hands on. The man knows how to generate hype, convolute a story, and get people to follow it and invest in it almost religiously. He's guided games to making a shift in the gaming community and almost single-handedly saved Square in a time in which Final Fantasy was seeing a huge decline until the reveal of Versus 13 back in 2006. But with all that being said, we may be heading in a direction that already has some fans hyped, some fans skeptical, and other fans bummed the fuck out. And this revolves around a topic that is shy on my channel, the actual gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 3. So today, take a seat and join me as I explain why Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely for the noobs. Back in 2013, Tetsuya Nomura announced to the world personally that Kingdom Hearts would be making its long-awaited return to consoles with none other than the next numeric entry within the series, the long-awaited Kingdom Hearts 3. A long 2 years after this initial announcement, he go on to dwarf the concerns of Kingdom Hearts fans that Kingdom Hearts 3 would be a quote-unquote Osaka team game. What is an Osaka team game? Well, here's the gist. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were developed by a team known as the Tokyo team. These are the guys that almost redefined action RPG in my personal opinion. I would not say with confidence it was the first game to have a combat system with overarching layers of depth, because there's plenty of games out there and plenty of games were out there at the point of the release of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but I can say with a lot of confidence it was the first to do so and achieve such high success. And this was the work of the Tokyo team. The aforementioned team Osaka developed the games Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. Two games so hard pressed by hardcore fans for lack of depth and accessibility. Things are clunky, they whiff, the ability to manipulate combos is almost non-existent, and magic does jack all. That was a lot of the concerns for those two games in particular. Hell, even Hand went the extra mile to introduce a watered down version of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2's mechanics for Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. In fact, the two aforementioned games can be beaten with one magic type per title, Surges in Birth by Sleep and Balloons in Dream Drop Distance. Even the quote-unquote secret bosses don't even require you to change up your thoughts or your command deck. You can literally use those two magic types or those two command deck options to literally defeat every boss possible and defeat the game with little to no difficulty. So with that, I'm sure you can understand why people would be worried that Kingdom Hearts 3 being mainly developed at its core by Osaka team would scare some people. At its core, it's being made by the people that could have otherwise further expanded on what Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 had already brought to the table. But Nomura would squash those worries by stating that this game is a numeric entry and he wants the gameplay style of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to be in this game. And it will later be confirmed the Tokyo team will be shipping their den project Final Fantasy 15 and it will be coming out the next year. So you can kind of understand why the worries would kind of be padding down until 2017. In 2017, worry started for the game once again, as when we got to see more of the game, we were seeing more of what we had saw in 2015, which was the same exact combo. And then of course 0.2 would release earlier within the year, scaring people that of course Kingdom Hearts 3 would be more like 0.2, as 0.2 was said by Tetsuya Nomura to be directly ripped from Kingdom Hearts 3. It would even be running on the same engine and have a lot of the same, of course, mechanics within it. So it's understandable why people were worried. However, during 2016, due to a lot of silence and of course them wanting to release Final Fantasy 15, we wouldn't get any news about Kingdom Hearts 3. And so far we don't have any news about how the combat system and its structure would actually work. But if we want to try and I guess you could kind of say compare what we've seen from Kingdom Hearts 3 within the trailers to what we've seen in Kingdom Hearts 2 and even Kingdom Hearts 2's trailers, we can see that of course in Kingdom Hearts 2 there's a lot of options that you can use to build upon once you have gotten an enemy into a combo. We see that there's a lot of stuff there that you can actually take in and grow from as a player. such as of course the battles with the Lingering Wheel and Sephiroth. These are two well-renowned battles within Kingdom Hearts 2 that has kept the game alive to date, besides the Organization 13, or shall I say the Data Organization 13. Things like that and bosses like that are what have kept Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 alive for so long, due to the fact that there was a rich level of gameplay and a lot there for players to take in and grow from. The revamped battle system of Kingdom Hearts 0.2 did try to introduce some new elements to the table, although some of them were well welcome and some of them fell flat. The ones that fell flat were pretty much the big bosses and pretty much the way that things apparently felt like they were given to you, although it did take a little bit of effort. However, in Kingdom Hearts 3, what we see is that, of course, apparently you have to put in very little effort to get rewarded for your combos, for getting rewarded for the attacks that you actually can release. Now, I have to say now with a disclaimer that, of course, this could be something that's happening due to the fact that they want this all to be in the trailer. And everything that I may bring up in this video could be completely revisited by, of course, the team before the official game launches. Maybe what we're seeing is Sora within a test mode that allows him to get off these abilities a lot faster, rather than, of course, having to wait until you've built it up in the same way that we will have to once the full game releases. But back on 0.2, 0.2 had brought in the Mirage Aqua, which was the boss that you got to fight, and of course, it felt kind of cool. She felt like she was definitely interesting. She definitely brought that kind of Kingdom Hearts feel back from, of course, the other console entries. And it really did feel like an amazing fight, although a lot of people did complain about her version that did have, of course, invincibility frames and was able to break through your guard. A lot of people did complain about that, and we don't know if that will be making its way into Kingdom Hearts 3 with some of the bosses. It could be a cheap way that they will probably try and revive the Data Organization 13 with, of course, the Data 13 Seekers that may have the ability to just go right through your guard, making you have to, of course, dodge roll rather than guard. Although if they play their cards right, it could be a very interesting mechanic, as of course they can have these new phases to where they kind of can break through your guard, and that would kind of be cool. I feel like that would be welcomed by a lot of the players for Kingdom Hearts 3. So pretty much I've already developed for you guys an understanding of why people are worried about the combat system within Birth by Sleep, and within Kingdom Hearts 3 obviously. And from what we know from Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and 0.2 and all the games that Osaka personally did develop, is that there is a lot of reason to be worried. So what exactly is the problem that we have here, and is Kingdom Hearts 3 actually made for the noobs? We've seen a lot of new stuff, and the new stuff has been talked about by a lot of people who are actually well renowned within the Kingdom Hearts hardcore community, and the way they feel about it is that a lot of stuff is just built for all flash and no real depth to them. They have no real substance to them. So is Kingdom Hearts 3 made for noobs? I think the answer is simple. Although I made a big case for Kingdom Hearts 3 being very much in the style of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2 or an Osaka team game, Kingdom Hearts 3 will at the very least be on par with Kingdom Hearts 1 when it comes to its level of depth and player growth that can be had from the experience. Surpassing Kingdom Hearts 2 is not a necessity, because the thing about Kingdom Hearts 2 is that even it wasn't perfect. It wasn't, and I know that's taboo to say within the Kingdom Hearts community, but it did set a precedent for the series, and that's what's important. The series has grown, it has taken many different directions. Some lanes have worked and others have failed due to poor level design and, of course, repetitive nature and the reception from fans. The point of sequels were to try new things, gameplay wise, and see what elements would make it to Kingdom Hearts 3. This is why we see a more balanced version of flow motion and shot locks, and we know Keyblades will have a leveling system. Drive forms are changed to further Sora's individual power and his unity with Keyblades, allowing them to take on different forms, much like his predecessors. Kingdom Hearts 3 will be amazing in its own right, and with that being said, is it made for noobs? Yes, here's an undeniable proof of that. Tetsuya Nomura, and if I'm not mistaken, Taya Sue and Shinji Hashimoto as well, have gone on record to say that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be accessible to newcomers. Although they were speaking more so about the story, if we're going word for word, they say that it's going to be accessible for newcomers. But Kingdom Hearts 2 had this very same dilemma. You can beat the main story of Kingdom Hearts 2 without furthering your understanding of any of its elements. Everything is on display for you, and still Kingdom Hearts 2 has been labeled a beat-em-up style action RPG. Legitimately an RPG version of Streets of Rage. Can you believe that? Kingdom Hearts has been called that and a button masher. Every Kingdom Hearts game is readily accessible, but sadly a lot of transformations are flash and not a lot of substance within Kingdom Hearts 3. However, there is a saving grace, and that's second form. The first original story, Keyblade, besides of course the two-shoot blasters, and second form won't change the Keyblade's look or change its design or give you anything new from the Keyblade itself, but rather it will give Sora his old abilities from Kingdom Hearts 2 back. So there's some hope for both sides of the spectrum, and who knows, maybe all the new stuff Kingdom Hearts 3 has to offer will have value. Maybe bosses won't have the same exact structure and will have weak periods, giving us a window to go for, of course, the transformations and lay down some heat. We just will have to wait and see. However, is the game made for noobs? Definitely Kingdom Hearts 3 is made for noobs, guys, because they want the game to be readily accessible to new players, and they want the game to actually go further than what any other Kingdom Hearts game has gone before. Because of that fact, of course, obviously, we now have Keyblade transformation, something that was introduced back in Kingdom Hearts 2 with the Lingering Wheel, and then of course it was furthered upon in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, as we learned exactly why the Keyblade transformed, because it can help, of course, its user travel the realms, it can help the user, of course, attack and stuff like that, and obviously this was part of the story. This wasn't something cool and interesting that they had developed for Terra himself or for the Lingering Wheel itself. This is actually part of the lore. The Keyblade isn't just a blade. It can transform, it can take on many different shapes, it can take on a shape that, of course, its user needs. And with that being the case, of course, now Sora can use these abilities too, due to the fact that he's now a master and his connection to his Keyblade is now furthered. He can now transform the Keyblades that he now possesses, and of course, it can take him even further to new heights as a combatant with the Keyblade. And with all of that being said, still, all I can say is that while it is looking like it's made for noobs, while it definitely will have some elements in there for noobs, such as high damage from Keyblade transformations, although they may actually be a lot more punishable by the enemies within the game, Keyblade transformations and of course attraction flow and things like that, all of that stuff is there so that way newcomers have something cool and fresh and exciting to do. The point of this video isn't to say that Kingdom Hearts 3 won't have any depth, it won't be cool to play, it won't be fun, but rather to say that Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 are seen as button mashers to newcomers, to people who haven't opened or been enlightened to the depth that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 actually has to offer. And due to that fact, Square Enix and Tetsuya Nomura and the team actually decided to introduce some new elements that would allow for newcomers to have something cool and exciting to do as well. I know when I play Kingdom Hearts 2 and I pull off certain combos, when I of course summon Chicken Little and he pulls in the enemies for me and I kind of go for, I don't know exactly what it's called, but when I go for, of course, let's say Magnet Burst throughout my combo, and of course they both pull in the enemies and stuff and they kind of pull off of each other, or I go for Magnega, and of course they pull off of each other and stuff like that. That kind of stuff is cool, fresh, and exciting to me, but that's because I furthered my understanding of Kingdom Hearts 2's mechanics. People that don't want to do all that just want to play the game, have some cool experiences, they're going to have the possibility of whipping out power form and of course going for the hyper hammer. They're going to have the possibility of pulling out guard form and seeing, of course, seeing Zeus's arms come out and beat the shit out of some Heartless. They're going to have the abilities to ride in a lightning chariot and of course see thunders come down from Zeus. They're going to have the ability to use attraction flow and get on a big ass ship and see Sora pretty much knock the fuck out of some Heartless with that ship. They're going to have the ability to get in the teacups and actually spin around. They're going to have the ability to get into Big Magic Mountain, of course the roller coaster, and just ride in that thing and see them go around, and of course potentially what it could do with the giant bosses that are going to be within the game. that stuff is for newcomers, guys. We don't have to worry about that stuff. People who want to further their understanding, we already see that there will be that kind of stuff there. The saving grace for anyone that's worried about this stuff is second form. It tells us that original Keyblades, at the very least, won't change the Keyblade's look, but rather will further what you can do as a player. So let me know what you guys feel about Kingdom Hearts 3. Don't forget to send out a tweet to Square Enix for me, telling them that you want me to be a part of one of the chosen people that actually get to play Kingdom Hearts 3 early. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has been your boy Amaziah. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck out.